Go to the bottom of page 11, and first let's speak the notes before we play them. You ready? We're going to be at the bottom of 11. Say it out loud as a class. In this beat, and here you go. Bottoms, middles, tops. Middle line, bottom space. Middle line, middle space. Top space, top line. Ah, yeah. It's kind of sad when the teacher, yes, I screwed up. So let's go again.
Let's try it again.
I had a lot to do. I was snapping. I was thinking about how everyone's doing.
Are we supposed to be playing?
No, just speak it this time. One more time, and I'll get it right. 2, and speak it, and go. Bottoms, middles, tops. Middle line, bottom space. Middle line, middle space. Top line, top space. Middle line, bottom space. Go ahead and put your headphones on. Practice that line by yourself, and notice you can play almost every note in the staff. Ta-da! Those of you at home, every time we practice in class, that's your time to also practice at home. So even though it may look boring while they're just practicing, you should be practicing too.
Can we do anyone?
Anyone you want. It's so quiet, I can hardly stand it. Make sure those of you at home are doing the same thing. Get good at this. You want to be so good at reading. If you can read it, you can play it. And this is fast. Okay, everybody, headphones unplugged. Make sure you grab the whole piece when you unplug. How'd you do?
Good.
Better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Now watch. Remember, this is new and your brain needs to settle for a minute. When you get discouraged, that's when people think, oh, I should know more. No. You just started, it's day 1. And already you have learned 6 notes of the staff and have started playing a cool song. Okay? Turn the page. Ding! Now, let me just show you. And sometimes we'll get in the point in the class where you're doing a lot more playing than me just talking. But there's certain things I need to show you and tell you so that you know what to do. Okay? Tell me again. This is called staff. And everything's written on staff, which is 5 lines, which creates 4 spaces also. So if you're going to do your own staff, make sure you draw 5 lines. And this little thing right here, treble clef. You're going to play in the treble clef for a little bit, and then soon we're going to teach you bass clef. And one of the cool things about piano is that you get to play in both hands. Another amazing thing about this method is that you're going to be playing with both hands right away instead of just right hand only. Okay? Now, at the beginning, go back to our Two Burglars song. Touch the first treble clef. Put your hand on the treble clef. Right, so here you got your treble clef, and then right next to it, what do you see? 2 4s. 1 right on top. Oh, green. Green, we have green. Green and red, kind of a Christmassy effect. So we have 2 4s right on top of each other like this. They mean something. They matter to us as musicians. This is called a time signature. All these little words, as part of your practice time, you need to know what these little words mean. Okay? Time signature. Go back to page 9. There's your page 9. That page 9, yeah? So time signature, if you go down at the bottom, this is a big deal. The top 4 means something, so does the bottom 4. The top 4 tells us how many steady beats are going to be involved in what we call a measure. See these 2 lines right here? These are called bar lines. Now, these are different than the lines that folks stand into. Get a drink. Ah, come on! Bar line, bar line, bar line. Oh, you guys are a tough crowd, okay? These are called bar lines, and they create a measure. Measure. The top number says, this is how many steady beats, and it has to be steady. That's important. How many steady beats are going to occur in this measure? The bottom number says, which note's going to be the steady beat note? Okay, so if the bottom number is 4, that stands for quarter note. If the bottom number is 2, what do you think the note's going to be? Half note. 2, like in a pie. If the bottom number is 1, what do you think the note's going to be? Whole note, yeah? And if the bottom number is 8, what's it? Okay. So each one of these, whole note, half, quarter, 8. What would be our next one? 16, yeah? So these are the bottom numbers. The bottom numbers represent the notes. You cannot have a bottom number be 3. Wrong! Can never have a 3 because we don't have a 3 note. We got all notes that are multiples of themselves. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Those are notes. A 64th note, quarter note. 8th note. What's next? 16th. 32nd, 64th. Drummers play notes like this. That's why drummers' hair gets curly sometimes, yeah? What would this one be? 128. The goodest mather, Jason. Woohoo! Okay, thank you. The bottom number is the kind of note. The top number says how many steady beats. So 2 burglars, what's the top number? 4. So that means we're going to count to 4 in our measure and then start over and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, funky music. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, help me out. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and end. Thank you. I have to work hard up here, ladies and gentlemen. So watch. The bottom number is telling me the quarter note's a steady beat. So every time I hear a clap, that's a quarter note. So when we have a half note, it's twice as long, so I've got to hang on for 2 of those. Now turn the page. Ding! We're cheap. We have to provide our own ding sounds. Turn the page. So now go to page 12. Okay, what's the music written on? What's that called again? Staff. What's the name of the little squiggly thing that tells us where to play? Treble clef. What? Ta-ta-ta-ta. What are the numbers?
3, 4.
3, 4. Oh. What do we do?
You do your little dance?
Okay. Do my little dance. How far do we count?
3.
We only count to 3. The top number says how much do we count. The bottom number tells us which the counting note. So we're going to count to 3. This song is titled Waltzing. Waltzes are in 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Cody, dance with me. You put here like this and we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dip it. Ip. You got it? Check it out. Notice, right hand, if the stem is up, the right hand's going to play. If the stem is down, the left hand's going to play. Yeah? So you're going along. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, what kind of note is that?
Bottom line.
It's a bottom line. And what kind of note? What, like 8th note, quarter note, half note? Which one?
That one?
The one at the very end, the very last measure up there.
What's the dog?
Okay, now is it a whole note? Is it a half note? Is it a quarter note? It's a half with a dot.
Yeah.